This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today we will discuss about batch effects in the asynchronous effects. So as we discussed earlier, asynchronous effects is an effects which executes out of the user context, right? It goes out of the transaction. So whenever user creates a record, there's something called order of execution where almost 20 steps will get executed, right? So in this, if anything got failed or if any step got delayed, any step got failed or any step got delayed, the user will not wait. User will get frustrated, right? So if an error message sent back to the user, it's okay. He can understand. But if the process is delayed or if the process is timed out, user will definitely get irritated. So he'll always come back to us and complain it's not working. Only words the user know is the application is not working as expected, right? That is the only thing he can tell, as he is not a technical person. So when there are long applications, if long applications or a long process executes in between, we will put them into asynchronous. So asynchronous means which executes outside the current execution process. Okay, so as we discussed, there are four: future method, batch effects, schedule effects, and the fourth one is queuable effects, which is not listed here, which is not that important, but we'll have all. Okay, so let's discuss about batch effect. We already discussed about future method. Let's discuss about batch. Okay, see here are the differences. I think we may discuss, but let me just so future method. So future method run in its own thread and do not start until resources are available. So we have to execute this. Batch effects run large jobs that would exceed normal processing limits. We discuss about it. Cumulative, similar to future method, but provide additional job changing and allow more complex data types to be used. General scenarios for this and even schedule effects is to run at a specific time. The queuable is to add something to a queue, asynchronous queue. Schedule is to schedule something, and this also will be added to the queue, but at a specific time. Common scenarios. Generally, we push all the web callouts to future. Data cleaning or archiving of records or updating of records will be done, which is called data cleaning. Using batch effects, we can run many records at a time in batches. Performing sequential processing operations with external web service. So if suppose um, first we should call a payment gateway. If we talk about bank along with, okay, I'll tell you an example. I'm supposed to tell this in integration. So if there is a service, okay, let us let us see talk about Amazon, right? In the Amazon, when we purchase a product, Amazon will have different vendors, right? So when we purchase a product, we will be redirected to a payment gateway first. Once payment is done, then it will be redirecting us to merchant. It won't be redirecting, but it will send some message to the merchant website or merchant portal. Portal may be within the Amazon or sometimes outside also. So two callouts will happen. So if we doesn't rearrange, if merchant will get the first request, then the payment. So without payment, there may be chances of getting the product or something. So here what we'll do, first we will send the request to the payment gateway, then to the merchant, right? So we should have an order. So for this kind of scenarios, we use queuable epics. So we'll queue process differently, but in future we can't do that. So if we execute future, we will not have control of executing methods. Which method first, which method second. But an Apex will have, right? And schedule. We can schedule an Apex. Let's talk about future, not future. Let's talk about batch Apex. Batch Apex helps to build a complex learning process that run on thousands of records on Lightning platform. Okay, so if you remember, we have limit of maximum 50,000 records can be fetched and 2,000 records can be, sorry, 10,000 records can be updated or manipulated, right? If I have 1 lakh records, 10 lakh records, 1 million, 10 lakhs means 1 million records. I want to update all the records at a time. How to do? I want to check whether the email address is there or not, and update with not available or something. Or I want to update number of contacts in the account with all the accounts. If 1 million accounts are there, I can't do that using normal Apex, right? User cannot, in a user context, we cannot insert or update that many records. Then what to do? We have this batch Apex where it will execute in batches. Okay, so operations operates over small batches of records covering our entire record set and breaking the process down to manageable chunks. Okay, so what batch Apex will do? Batch Apex will get all the data and will divide the data into small chunks. So we call them as batches. Okay, so and batch will have a size also. So maximum batch size is 2000. Okay, so at a time a batch Apex can process 2000 records, and if we have 1 million records, 1 million records will be divided into batches. Okay, so 1 million record will be batches into divided into batches. Each batch can have maximum of 2000 records. Okay, so imagine if we have 1 lakh divided by 2000, so probably around 50 batches something, right? So batch Apex is exposed as an interface that must be implemented by the developer. So batch Apex is an interface class. It's a long its interface is again a different concept from OOPS. Don't worry about it. So we will have a class defined which we'll use as an interface in the batch Apex. We'll write implements. Okay. So batch jobs can be programmatically invoked at runtime using Apex. We can invoke this batch Apex from any order of execution, any process. Okay, from the Apex, as well as we can schedule it. Generally, in companies, they schedule it weekly, something like that. Okay. Example: a developer could build a data cleaning operation that goes through all accounts and opportunities on a nightly basis. So, and updates them if necessary based on custom criteria. Anyway, we'll be seeing one example. So to write a batch Apex class, your class must implement the database.batchable interface and include the following three methods. There should be three methods: start, execute, finish. Okay, there should be three methods: start method, execute method, finish method. Okay, this is syntax of batch Apex. This is a small program. Let me show you. Let me show you the syntax. Let me write a syntax. I think just a minute. I'll reshare again. For me, I think it's freezed. Yeah. So we'll see how to write a batch Apex. So let us say we'll write a batch Apex to update all the accounts. If you remember, we have business email or something. Let me add the field. Okay. Business email, business mobile. We already did the updation of this business email using normal Apex. Not asynchronous Apex, synchronous process. We did it using synchronous process, which is not a good practice, right? Because see, there are only some 21 records, so I'm able to do this. But if I have thousands, more than 50,000 records, then more than 10,000 records, then how can I update using synchronous process? And mobile numbers are also blank. So I want all the blank mobile numbers and blank emails to be not available. Okay, so let us see how to update them using batch Apex. So let's create a batch Apex. Batch Apex is also an Apex class, so create new Apex. Record cleaning batch. So this should implement database dot batchable, and in the bracket we have s object. So it's implements. Okay. So once we implement, it's asking for three methods. You should implement start method, execute method, and finish method. So we should declare three methods. It's a mandatory. Okay. Public. Let's say void. We'll come back to it. Start method. And in the argument of the start method, we always have database dot batchable context, some variable bc. So still I don't still I'm getting this error because okay, I'll show you the syntax here only. I didn't add the syntax. It's a program. Okay, let's go to try edit. They have given batchable syntax. Batchable syntax. So it has start method, execute method, and finish method, and the syntax will be similar to this. Okay, so global or public anything, class name, implements database dot batchable of a subject. Okay, so database dot batchable is a class, interface class, which is implemented here. Global database dot query locator or iterable s object. So database dot query locator is the good practice or good thing to have as a return type instead of iterable subject. Iterable subject means list of any object. So, but remember, database dot query locator is the good thing to have. Start method database dot batchable context bc. So the start method will get the data. Okay, collect the batches of records or objects to be passed to execute. So here we will collect the data. Okay, that's why we have query locator. Query locator will get the data from the database. So there is a return statement missing. So we will write that return statement. But remember, this database dot query locator will return the data to the second execute method, right? So again, global void execute database dot batchable context bc list of p records. List of p is nothing but the object from here. Okay, so if we are writing on account, p will become account, and the records are from the query locator, database dot query locator. Whenever this execute method, sorry, start method collects the data, it will send the data to this records in batches. Okay, so this will execute in batches. If suppose we have 1000 records here and batch size is 100, so every time 100 records will be copied into this records and this will get processed. So execute method will execute so many times. Start method and finish method will execute only once, but execute method will execute so many times. Okay, as per the number of records and batch size. Once this is done, execute is done, execute will return void. Once execute is done, then global void finish database.batchable context BC. So this finish method will not do anything. Will send a post operation messages, something like email that batch is batch is done, or update somewhere that batch is done. So generally, finish method can be used to update or intimate an user about the finishing of the batch. Okay. So let's complete. Let's write everything. Database dot query locator should be the return type. Okay. So whenever we um, give a return type, okay, first let us complete public void execute. So in the execute, first we'll have this, then list of, let's say, account ACC records, public void finish. Finish we have only this context variable. Okay. So, but remember, whenever we have a return type, we should specify a return statement. Return database dot. So here we should give get query locator. Okay. Get query locator with a query inside. Let's say select ID. I didn't remember the API names. So let's go to object. So if you remember, I just want to update the business email and business mobile. Okay, business email is email underscore C. Comma, business mobile is mobile underscore C. From, I want to get all the records account. Okay. So, but remember, whenever we pass a query here, it should be in the form of string. This query locator accepts only string. Okay. So select ID, comma, email, comma, mobile, comma, not comma, from account. Let's check this. Let's check how many records we get. So from the query editor, I'm executing this query. So I got 21 records. In this, some doesn't have email, some doesn't have, not some, maximum doesn't have mobile. So I want to update these both using batch apex. Okay. So here it is. I will close all other tabs and execute again this query. Okay, here is the batch apex and here is the query. So select ID, email, mobile from account. What will happen? This query editor will get all the records, okay, and it will send some records to this ACC records in batches, okay. So for example, we have 21 records. If I set 10 as a batch, so 3 times it will execute 3, 3, 1, okay. If we give 11, 11 and 10. If we give 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 like that, 6 times, 5 times it will execute. 21, right? 5 times it will execute. So let us see where to give that batches and all. So now I'll get some records into this ACC records. So what I'll do for a account ACC is equal to, sorry, colon ACC records, okay. If ACC dot email underscore c double equal to null, then ACC dot email underscore c. So let's put this e as capital equal to, let me put na at the rate of na.com. I'll check one more if acc dot mobile underscore c. It's always good to copy paste. Double equal to null, then acc dot mobile equal to na. So I cannot run a DML inside, right? So what I'll do, list of account rec2 update is equal to new list of account dot add of ACC, right? So what am I doing? I'm bulkifying the code, right? So to even batch effects also will have governor limits, right? So to avoid those governor limits, I'm just bulkifying this code, update this variable. Okay. So what did I do? Whatever the records I'll get into ACC records, I use those records, iterated. I check email and mobile whether those are null or not. If those are null, I'm updating with email with na@na.com, mobile with na. Okay. So and I added them to the list and just updated them. Okay. So once this is done, let's say dot debug process done. So you can send an email or something like that. Okay. So now how to execute this batch? Once this batch is done, we can schedule it or we can execute it from any of the effects. Let's execute it from debug. Sorry, anonymous window. So first we need to create an instance to it, ACB something. ACB means account cleaning batch is equal to new. So this is how we generally execute, right? Generally we execute a class like this, right? By creating an instance on the name of the class. So now how to execute the batch? Database dot execute batch. So take the second one. So we have to pass this batchable plus size. Size, let's say 10. And we can execute this. Executing this will update all the email and mobile in all the accounts. So let me just copy this, select this and execute highlighted. So something is executed. Update failed. We got an exception. That could be because of the trigger or something. Let me just check. But let me go back first to the list and just refresh this. Definitely yes, update failed. So you can see here future method cannot be called from. So because of some trigger or something. So in the after triggers, there is some conflict. Okay. So update failed. First exception of on row 0. So update number of contacts. Okay. So in the same context, we are trying to update the number of contacts using future. We cannot execute both at a time. Okay. So we should write it. We should write it by considering all these things. Now we don't have that much time, so let me go to trigger, account trigger, in this account trigger. So in this, I'll just comment this. I'll execute again. Get the same message. Most of the records got updated. Only I think one place I got this update failed. Okay, first let us go back and check. Only one record got updated. Still I think I'm getting problem with the trigger. So what I'll do, I'll inactivate the trigger. How to inactivate? Let's go to, okay, here from the account and from the triggers, I can go to trigger, right? So let me just edit this trigger. So is active is there, just uncheck it, save it. Now, but still I want to see what exactly is the issue. I'm unable to locate it in this debug log. So it's all triggered. You can see trigger is getting executed and somewhere it is stopping. You can see old record, new record, and all. The old record null, new record null. So remember in batch effects also, execution of batch effects also will execute order of execution. Okay, so all the steps, see update failed. Okay, what happened? It skipped. Yeah, update failed. You cannot change the account number on existing records. So it's a validation rule. If you remember, we created a validation rule which will stop a user when updates. Okay, so we didn't do it correctly. So let's go to validation rules. We'll check. Oh, there is no validation rule. It's on contact, right? So it's on contact. So anyway, we disable the trigger. So now I think we won't get the issue. Execute highlighted. So all success. This time we didn't get any error. So let's go back to the account, refresh. So remember, whenever we are writing trigger or we are writing any effects, we should also consider the conflict. Or still it didn't get updated. This is surprising. Again, only one new record is updated, right? Only one mobile number updated. Let's put one more statement, or scc.email double equal to, we'll consider blank also. Okay. Okay, or we'll move this outside because maybe it's getting reset or something. Let us execute now. Not again. You cannot change the account number on existing records. We disable the trigger, right? We inactive the trigger. Let's see the validation rule. Let's go to contact records as well. Let's see the trigger. Nothing here. So from the custom code also we can navigate to Apex triggers. You just want to see on account any other trigger. So this my first trigger is there. So in this, did we have any code? Okay. See, here it is. You cannot change the account number on existing record. So let us edit this, inactive this trigger. But generally, when you work on the real time, you won't be deactivating the trigger. You will be considering them to write something like batch effects or something. For that, what we'll do, we'll have a variable here, bypass trigger. We'll have a boolean variable. We make it as false when we execute a batch. So now we should not see any error. So we see success. That means just started. So we'll in few seconds we'll see a few more debug logs. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go here, refresh. So now everything is updated. NA at na.com and NA in the mobile. Okay. So in the end, you should see a debug printed here. Process done. Okay. So even though we give 10 as a batch size, so batch effects will execute 3 times, right? Still I get only one debug statement process done because Finish method will execute only once. This is the trigger, right? Here it is. So this will execute only once. Okay. So batch apex can be used to execute batches. We can schedule this. We'll see how to schedule this tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss about queue apex and schedule apex. Then tomorrow we'll jump into test classes, how to write the unit testing. Okay, I think I'm done. Do you have any questions?
No, Bala, no question so far.
Okay.
No questions, Bala.
Okay.
So, हेलो
Yes, Nisha. Yeah.
सर ये जो बैच मेथड है हम ये कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट पे यूज कर सकते हैं जैसे एम्प्लॉय वगैरह जैसे कस्टम हमारे कस्टम ऑब्जेक्ट्स है उस पे भी
या यूज कर सकते हैं, मगर ये क्वेरी हम उसी ऑब्जेक्ट में रन करना है पहले. Okay, so whatever the records we get from this query, we can use that from here. We can do that.
ओके सर
So batch can be run on any standard object or any custom object, any object. We can also run on cross objects. So for example, account plus contact. Okay, so to run on cross object, we should have relationship between them. We can just run a query on account along with the contact, and we can write the logic here for them. So that is possible. Good question.
थैंक यू सर
You're welcome. Anything else?
सर
Okay. Okay then. I think I'm done today. Let me stop the recording.